Hello there! In the final part of Lecture Series 3 on IAS 16, I'll look at depreciation and derecognition or PPE. Depreciation does not provide for the loss of value of an asset but is actually the application of the accruals concept, allocating the depreciable amount of the asset to periods expected to benefit from the use of the asset. This explains why items of PPE that are increasing in value, meaning on revaluation, resulting in a surplus, still need to be depreciated. There are several methods of allocating depreciation. The two common methods set out in IAS 16 are the straight line and the reducing balance method. The assessment of useful life and residual value of an asset requires the exercise of subjective judgment. Thus, IAS 16 requires an entity to review these estimates at the end of each reporting period, and if either changes significantly, then that change should be accounted as a change in accounting estimate in accordance to IAS 8, accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates, and errors. Question: how to deal with an item or PPE that comprises of components with different useful life and the components have a significant value in relation to the cost of the asset. A possible example of this is the cost of an aircraft is broken down into cost of engine and cost of body, as each component has a different useful life. Therefore, depreciation would have to be calculated and recognized separately for each component based on its useful life. If a breakdown of costs is not possible, the replacement cost of the component would be a good estimate of the component's cost. Finally, let's look at derecognition of PPE. An item of PPE should be derecognized on disposal and when the entity has transferred substantially all risks and rewards associated with the item. On derecognition, the difference between the disposal proceed and the carrying value of the item may result in the recognition of a gain if disposal proceed exceeds carrying value, or a loss if disposal proceed is less than carrying value. What about any revaluation surplus associated with the item or PPE disposed? An entity has a choice either to transfer the related surplus directly to retained earnings or continue to carry the surplus within other components of equity. Please be reminded, when an entity has a choice, the chosen accounting treatment should be applied consistently from one accounting period to the next to ensure comparability of information. This concludes Lecture Series 3. Here I covered the principles set out in IAS 16, property, plant and equipment, focusing on definition, the recognition criteria, measurement principles, that is initial and subsequent measurement, as well as depreciation, and finally derecognition. In my next lecture series, I will look at IAS 40, investment property. See you in my next lecture series. Thank you and have a nice day.